Hey and welcome to the Formula Vee guide on Virginia South in iRacing. This track is easy but has a few tricky spots, which makes it great to learn how you can drive the car close to its limits. When you need some help in your practice sessions, then you can race against my ghost car. I've uploaded all lap files to the community Discord, like for all my other guides. You can find the Discord link, including more stuff like the links to my coachings, in the description down below. Approach the first turn on the left edge of the track and look into this direction. We are looking for red barriers, which will appear once we drive over the crest. Those barriers are our brake marker, because there's not much around, so we need to be a bit more creative. Once they fully appear, so that you can see the bottom of them, then you want to hit the brakes and prepare to shift down into third while you turn in. Trail brake into the turn and enter it on a white line. We want to aim for a late apex, which means that we want to stay away from the inside curb on the entry and get close to it once we are back on the throttle and about to exit the turn. And that's how it looks. Once you get back on the throttle, you want to attack the curb on the inside and accelerate onto the straight. Stick to the right edge of the track and hit the brakes shortly before you reach the crest. Unfortunately, there's no bulletproof strategy to hit the upcoming apex, but after a few laps you should be able to get a good feeling for this turn and how you need to approach it. You want to give the brakes a soft touch and turn in when you reach the peak. Ideally you want to hit the first inside curb, and I'm also adding a soft input on the throttle. This soft throttle input increases the grip on the rear, which helps to rotate the car through the downhill section. Attack the second inside curb, and I'm increasing the pressure on the throttle here because it helps me to push the car to the right and set it up for the last left-hander. Adjust your momentum for the left-hander. In my case I need to give the brakes a soft touch, but in most cases you should be fine with lifting. Attack the curb and get back on the throttle as soon as you hit it. Your next marker for braking is the dark patch on the track. Hit the brakes when you reach it and stick to the left side. You want to turn in very late, but there's nothing special you need to worry about. Simply follow the racing line and it will lead you to the upcoming inside curb. Attack the inside curb and the upcoming exit is super tight. You want to be early on the throttle because we have a long straight coming up and you can't be back on the throttle right here when you're on the curb, but be prepared that the car will swing very far to the left edge of the track. It's like with everything, the first laps will be a bit difficult, but after a bit of practice you should be able to push the car further and further to the limit. Stay in third gear as long as you are going uphill and shift into fourth right when you enter the downhill section. In the last turn you want to aim for a very smooth line. Gently tap the brakes shortly before you reach the 100 meter board and aim for a smooth entry. Shift down into third gear when you reach the curb to bleed off even more speed and keep aiming for a smooth line. You can use the racing line as reference point and stick to the right edge of it. Keep driving on the right edge of the racing line, and since we are heading onto a very long straight, you want to get back onto the throttle as early as you can. Being too late on the throttle here will add up over the full length of the straight, and one lost tenth will quickly add up to a half second. But you can avoid it by being aggressive with your throttle inputs. Have fun with the Cockpit Lap. Thanks for your support. I wish you all the best and see you next time.